What's the creepiest thing that has ever happened to you? The old house on the corner held a terrible secret. I was house-sitting for my aunt in her Victorian mansion, a relic from a bygone era. One night, a ferocious thunderstorm knocked out the power, plunging the house into an abyss of darkness. Armed with only a flickering candle, I navigated the labyrinthine corridors. As I passed the master bedroom, I heard a distinct whisper, a woman's voice calling my name. My heart pounded in my chest, and I froze, every hair on end. The whisper came again, closer this time. I bolted out of the house, not stopping until I reached the gas station a mile away, the chilling whisper echoing in my mind. I never went back. A quiet night turned into something far more sinister and strange. I worked the night shift at a small-town gas station. It was usually dead quiet, the only sounds the hum of the refrigerators and the occasional passing car. One night, around 3 a.m., a man walked in. He was tall and gaunt, with eyes that seemed to suck in all the light. He didn't say a word, just stared at me, his gaze unnervingly intense. After what felt like an eternity, he reached into his pocket, pulled out a single, withered rose, and placed it on the counter. Then, without another word, he turned and walked out into the darkness. I never saw him again, but I still have that rose, pressed in a book, a chilling reminder of that night. The abandoned hospital and the secrets it held. My friends and I were exploring an abandoned mental hospital on the outskirts of town. It was a dilapidated, decaying structure, filled with the ghosts of its past. As we wandered through the labyrinthine corridors, we came across a room filled with old medical records. We started flipping through them, and that's when we found it, a file with my name on it. Inside were detailed notes about my childhood, my fears, my dreams. The last entry was dated the day before, detailing my plans to explore the hospital. I felt a wave of nausea wash over me, the feeling of being watched, of being a pawn in some sick game. We ran out of that hospital and never looked back. My childhood friend's imaginary friend was real. When I was a kid, my best friend had an imaginary friend named Mr. Whiskers. He would always talk about him, describing him as a tall, shadowy figure with long, spindly fingers. I always brushed it off as childish imagination until one night during a sleepover. We were lying in bed, talking, when suddenly, the room grew cold. My friend pointed to the corner of the room and whispered, "He's here." I squinted into the darkness, and for a split second, I saw it, a tall, dark figure with impossibly long fingers reaching out towards us. I screamed, and when I opened my eyes, it was gone. My friend never spoke of Mr. Whiskers again, but I never forgot what I saw that night. The antique mirror revealed a horrifying glimpse into the past. My grandmother gave me an antique mirror for my 18th birthday. It was a beautiful piece, with an ornate frame and a history shrouded in mystery. One night, I was getting ready for bed when I glanced into the mirror. For a moment, my reflection flickered, replaced by the image of an old woman with hollow eyes and a cruel smile. She stared back at me, her eyes filled with malice. I blinked, and my reflection was back, but the image of the old woman was seared into my mind. I covered the mirror with a sheet, but I still see her when I close my eyes. A wrong turn led to a town that never existed. I was driving cross-country, late at night, when I took a wrong turn. The GPS went haywire, and I found myself on a winding dirt road surrounded by dense woods. Eventually, I came across a small town. It looked like something out of a movie, with old-fashioned storefronts and gas lamps. But there was something off about it. The people were all dressed in vintage clothing, and they stared at me with unsettlingly blank expressions. I asked for directions, but they didn't seem to understand me. I felt a growing sense of dread, like I was in a place that wasn't meant to be found. I sped out of town, and when I checked the map later, the town wasn't there. It was as if it had vanished into thin air.